بحمد ثم شكر قد بدأنا لرب الكون رب العالمين صلاة الله دوما مع السلام على المختار أحمدنا الإمام أيا مرضى فصبر على
Assalamu alaikum, viewers. Welcome back to today's episode on Enjoy Your Life series. We're happy to be here with you all. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Wa alaikumussalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, Brother Zaid.
Thanks for joining us, Sheikh. We're glad you're here with us.
You're welcome, brother.
So, without taking much of our time, let's quickly get started on episode 2.
Okay, so today's episode is titled, What We Are Going to Learn. People generally tend to share their moments of happiness and sorrow. They are happy when they become wealthy. They will be joyous when promoted at work, content when they recover from illness, and cheerful when the world smiles at them and fulfills their dreams. Likewise, they all grieve over illness, disgrace and loss of wealth. Knowing this to be the case, let us look for ways in which to make our joy everlasting and hence overpower our sorrows. Yes, in reality life tends to be both sweet and bitter, and on this we would not disagree, but why do we often focus on our calamities and sorrows, and as a result become depressed for days on end? Where an hour is enough to grieve over something, hours on end are spent grieving. Why? I realize that sorrow and anguish enter our hearts without seeking permission, but for each door of sadness that opens there are 1,000 means of shutting it, and these are what we will expound here. Allow me to bring your attention to another matter. How often is it that we see those people who are loved by everyone? Many long to meet them and be in their company, but do you not wish to be one of them? Why be content at being amazed by such people all the time? Why not try to be amazing yourself? Here we will learn how to be amazing. Why was it that when your cousin spoke at the gathering, everyone listened to him attentively? Why were they amazed at his manners of speech? Why was it that when you spoke, they all turned away and began to talk amongst themselves? Why was that? You may be more well-informed, better qualified and possess a higher status than him. How then did he manage to get all the attention and you failed? Why is it that one father is dearly loved by his children who love to greet him and accompany him wherever he goes, while another father begs his children to accompany him while they keep making all kinds of excuses to avoid doing so? Are they not both fathers? Then why the difference? Here we will learn how to enjoy life, know the various techniques to attract people, influence them, persevere with their faults, deal with people with bad manners, and much, much more. So, welcome.
A word. Success is not to discover what others like, it is to acquire and practice the skills that help one gain their love.
I once visited a deprived town to deliver a lecture, after which there came to me a teacher from outside the town. He said, "I hope you can help us finance some students." I said, "Strange. Aren't the schools government funded, and therefore free?" He said, "Indeed they are, but we would like to fund their university education." I said, "Well, the universities are also government funded. They even offer student grants." He said, "Allow me to explain to you." "Go ahead," I said. He said, "Our students graduate from their secondary school with no less than 99%. They are so clever that if their intelligence was divided amongst the ummah, it would suffice. But when a student becomes determined to travel outside his town to study medicine, engineering, Islamic law, computer science or anything else, his father prevents him from going, saying, 'What you know is sufficient. Now, remain with me and be a shepherd.'" I screamed impulsively, "Be a shepherd?" He said, "Yes, a shepherd." And indeed, the poor boy stays with his father and becomes a shepherd, whilst all his abilities are wasted. Years go by and he remains a shepherd. He may even get married and have children whom he may treat exactly as he was treated by his father. Hence, all his children also become shepherds. I asked, "So what's the solution?" He said, "The solution is to convince the father to employ someone as a shepherd for a few hundred rials, which we will pay, and allow his son to take full advantage of his skills and abilities. Of course, we will also continue to fund his son until he graduates." The teacher then lowered his head and said, "It is inexcusable that such skills and talents in people are wasted when they long to utilize them. I contemplated upon what he had said and realized that we cannot reach the pinnacle except by taking advantage of the abilities we have and acquiring those that we do not. Yes, I would challenge anyone to find a successful person, be they successful in academia, preaching, lecturing, business, medicine, engineering, or influencing others. Or be they successful in family life, such as a successful father with his children, or a successful wife with her husband. Or be they successful in their social life, such as a person who is successful with his neighbors and colleagues, and I mean a truly successful person, not one who simply climbs upon others' shoulders. I would challenge anyone to find me any such highly successful person who does not practice certain interpersonal skills through which he has been able to achieve such success, whether they realize it or not. Some people may exercise such interpersonal skills instinctively, while others may have to learn them in order to be successful, and these latter people are the types of successful personalities whose lives we would like to study and whose methods we would closely seek to follow in order to discover how they were successful, and to find out whether or not we can take their route to success. A while ago, I listened to an interview with one of the most affluent people in the world, Sheikh Suleiman al-Rajihi, and found him to be a mountain in terms of his manners and thoughts. This man owns billions, possesses immense real estate, has built hundreds of mosques, and has sponsored thousands of orphans. He is hugely successful. He spoke of his humble beginnings around 50 years ago, when he was a regular person who would only have enough money to feed himself for the day, and sometimes not even that. He mentioned that he would sometimes clean people's houses to feed himself and continue working at night at a shop or money exchange. He discussed how he was once at the bottom of the mountain, and how he continued to climb until he reached the summit. I thought about the abilities and skills he possesses and realized that many of us are well capable of being like him, if Allah grants us the ability. If one learns these skills, exercises them, perseveres and remains steadfast, then yes, he can surely be like him. Another reason for us to search for these skills is that some of us may have certain abilities, which we remain unaware of, or which nobody has assisted us in discovering, such as the skills of delivering a lecture, business acumen, or possessing general knowledge. One may discover these skills on his own, through a teacher's or a work colleague's help, or even through a sincere brother, however few they may be. However, these skills may remain buried inside the person until his personality becomes as stale as anyone else's. And this is when we all lose out on another leader, lecturer or scholar, or perhaps a successful husband, or a caring father. Here we will mention certain skills which we would like to remind you of if you already possess them, or which we would like to train you in if you don't. So come along.
A thought. When you climb a mountain, look to the top and not to the rocks that surround you. Make sure of where you step as you climb, and do not leap in case you lose your footing. We've come to the end of today's episode. Watch out for next episode on Friday. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe.